Hey guys, I don't know how much you can see, but I have got clothes on. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about ride or die items that I replaced. I saw somebody do this video, Samantha Ravenzal, I think that's her name. I'll try and find the video and link it down below. But I saw her do this video and I was like, you know what, this is such an amazing video because so much stuff comes out all the time and we are constantly replacing items that we thought like we found the one, like this is going to be the lipstick or the foundation or the primer or the highlighter or whatever it is, and then after a little while something else comes along and just blows it out the water. So I'm going to be talking about some items that were my ride or die but then got replaced at some point down the road. Okay, so first is my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'll throw a picture of it up here. This was like my everyday foundation. I used to use this all the time. I don't even have the bottle for reference. I think I may have thrown that away and I don't think I really intended to, but anyway, I've thrown it away. And I used to use this literally day in, day out, day in, day out. And now, since I have finished that bottle, there have been quite a few foundations which have come and gone, a few that have been amazing, a few that have been like kind of lackluster as well, to say the least. But one has come along which is kind of like, oh no, I'm gonna have to keep buying this. I'm gonna need this in my collection for a long time, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Stick Foundation. I am using this alongside every foundation that I have. Now this one is half eaten out, it's almost done. It's like I'm digging out what is left. I've got to use the whole thing, otherwise I will not be satisfied. But this foundation is so high coverage. Even with a lot of my full coverage foundations, I find that it's not covering every little blemish that I have. But as soon as I get my spatula and dig into this and just cover up those little minor imperfections that I have, it just covers everything and my foundation just looks flawless. So I'm able to use this on its own. I'm able to use it alongside other foundations. It's just beautiful. It's just amazing. And I don't know how L'Oreal did it, because even though I like drugstore makeup, I like affordable makeup, I tend to like affordable makeup by indie brands rather than affordable drugstore makeup like the L'Oreals and the Maybellines and the Max Factors and all of that. So this foundation, I just find it embodies everything that I want a foundation to be. It's high coverage, it's the perfect color for me, and especially somebody who is conscious about their skin, because there's some people out there who just have flawless skin regardless of whether or not they wear makeup. They just have flawless skin. I'm not one of those people, and that has a lot to do with like what I eat and what I drink. I'm just not disciplined when it comes to what I ingest. But so that just ends up with me having poor skin. So for somebody like me who is very conscious about what their skin looks like, this just helps me to have that extra confidence, because I know that my skin looks amazing whenever I wear this foundation. And that's how I used to feel with the Born This Way foundation. And seeing as now I can get a more affordable version of it, and I know that the Born This Way is liquid and that this is a stick, but this is now my ride or die. This is, I don't know what it's going to take for this to not become my ride or die soon. Do you know what I'm saying? I need this in my life. I need it in my life. Okay, for primer, my favorite primer used to be the Baby Skin primer. That is a very silicone kind of primer. I mean, whenever I used to put that on my hand and put it all over my skin just, it just filled out all of the pores. You can't use too much of it though, because then it makes the foundation feel really, really heavy. So you can't go ham with the Baby Skin or any primer which is like the Baby Skin. The Baby Skin is more like a gel kind of consistency. It feels very, very soft and very slick between the fingers, but it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It fills out those pores. But as I said, you just can't use too much, otherwise it's going to make your foundation and your skin just feel heavy, cakey, and just that's just not what you want. You want your face to just feel light, just as if you're wearing your own skin. But it does the job, as I said. But the replacement has been the Revolution Blur Stick. I adore this primer. Recently, I have not been using primer with my foundation, and that's because of the heat. I'm just finding that I don't want that extra layer. But once all of the heat dies down, I will be going back to priming. But yeah, this blur stick, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It blurs out everything, but it does not feel heavy. Now, in between the blur stick and in between the baby skin and the blur stick, again, there have been other primers, but none of them have made me go, oh my gosh, the way that this one has. And especially as this is a huge product, like it's huge. There's so much product in this one component. I know that I'm not gonna have to repurchase anytime soon, unlike the baby skin where there wasn't as much. So I think that this is basically like a 2 for 2 because I don't have to repurchase it as often, and also this doesn't feel as heavy on my skin as the baby skin did, but it has all the properties that the baby skin had in regards to blurring and pore filling. It's an amazing primer, and it's really, really affordable. So was the baby skin, don't get me wrong, it really was. But this one, seeing as I don't have to repurchase it as much, is even more of an investment. I would definitely say anybody who is looking for a blurring, pore filling kind of primer, check this out. This was like £10 from Revolution Pro. Beautiful. And it's kind of like a dupe for the Milk Makeup blur stick that they have. So there's that as well. Okay, eyeshadow. There was a point where I was constantly using my Carly Bible BH Cosmetics. Like, this is the original one. She has got a deluxe version, but this one I was using like all the time, and I absolutely adored the fact that this has eyeshadows as well as highlighters. And as you can see, like this shade, and like these three at the top, those three created the everyday kind of look that I wanted to go for. This was the one which was creating it. If I wanted to make just the quickest, simplest look, this is what I was drawing for. These highlighters, I must say, considering that this was about $12, yes, about $12, these highlighters were really good, and these are like some of my first proper highlighters. These are really good. As you can see, this one I've used so much, the emblem has basically like come off, like the stamp, that's come off. This one I used a little bit, and you can see that the stamp is starting to wear down. This I've almost hit pan on, this one I've almost hit pan on, and I think I'm about to hit pan on this one, but I haven't as yet because I've kind of, again, pushed it to the side. But this is still an amazing, beautiful palette. And then this little company called Juvias place came out and I can't pick which one is like the ride or die. It's literally anything by them I am down for. I can create everyday looks using these palettes, and these are just some of the palettes that I have. I have everything, like all of their palettes, I have them. I can create everyday looks, I can create more out there looks. I mean, I've used the Warrior palette here to create this look. I should already have this look up if I haven't already done so, but it will be linked down below if it is already up. The pigment is amazing. Unlike the BH palette, which is still a good palette for a beginner, as I was a beginner. I still kind of am a beginner, but my skills have upgraded a little bit. But this one is a lot more chalky than the Juvias Place ones. They are a little bit more expensive than this one, and this one is no longer available. I think only the deluxe version is available. But I do feel like these, the quality, oh my gosh. If you haven't yet checked out Juvias, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to go and get those because they are amazing. They are amazing. Quality, like both the mattes and the shimmers, but especially the shimmers. The shimmers are fire. Okay, so my lippies. The one that I used to go for all the time and use in every single video and even like during the day was my Kiss Cosmetics Birthday Suit lipstick. Look, look how mashed up it is. That's a well-loved lipstick, okay? And I would use this literally every single day. It's like a pinky kind of nude. I'd pair it with a very dark lip liner. I always use really deep dark lip liners because it can make any color complement my skin, so I always use a dark lip liner. And I was using this every single day, and then this came along, my Absolute New York Velvet Lippie, which is a liquid lipstick. If you don't see me with this on, like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna see me with this on, again paired with that same lip liner. And even though they are both nudie, this one's more of like a beigey nude and this was more of a pinky nude. They're both gorgeous, but this has kind of like taken my life over. I don't know if I can get another one of these. I've been looking for another one of these, and this, I don't know where I can get them. I need to know, like, if you guys stumble across them, can you please tell me or send me the link to any website which are selling either of these two, but especially this one. I need it. This, when I first got it, I felt like, oh, this is it's too light for me. It's way too light. But when I started using it with that dark brown lip liner, I was like, oh no, 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 I need this in my life. Like, this is just gorgeous. And it just goes to show that any kind of skin tone can pull off any kind of lip, as long as you pair it with the right lip liner which is suitable for your skin. You can somehow make it work. Like, even on my lips now, I don't know how you are seeing it, I've put on a lot of dark lip liner, so this might just look like a brown, but it's not. It's dark lip liner with this, which is like, look how light that is. I mean, come on. So yeah, lastly is eyeliner. So I always used to use the Collection 2000 eyeliner. This eyeliner had like a very stiff applicator, and it was almost like a teardrop, but not as, it wasn't like wide and then small. It was like, because don't forget, we're talking about an eyeliner, so it's a very, very tiny kind of like teardrop, so it just came to a very sharp point, and I loved that eyeliner up until recently. And then ELF, I had one of these eyeliners before and I did not like it because I felt like, I love the brush because this one is a brush. It's not a stiff point. It's not an applicator point. This one is actually a brush. So I love the brush, but I didn't like the formula. And then I finished that one. The reason why I didn't like it is because I found like it kind of crumbled in the corner. But then I decided, you know, I'm gonna give it another go. It's been a while. Let me get another one. And then this one has just taken over my life. It has taken over my life and I absolutely adore this eyeliner. The brush is amazing. So I'm able to create a very sharp flick. I'm able to feather, like, by putting a little bit more pressure on, my skin using the brush. Then I can make wider lines, like here in the corner. I can make the wider line there. I can make it really sharp. It's just so easy to use, and the formula is really, really good. I think the first one that I had was probably like a bad batch, or maybe they've upgraded their formula since, I'm not too sure. But this I absolutely love, and it's really affordable. How much was this? I know it was under a $5, most definitely, because even my Collection 2000 one, I think that was like $2.99 or $3.99, and that never steered me wrong at all. I think that the day that I decided to retry this was probably because I couldn't find the Collection 2000 one. So now I think every time I go for an eyeliner, I'm probably going to be drawing for this one because this is so amazing. It's so crazy how I really hated this eyeliner, and now it's like, I need to have this eyeliner. I need to have it. I need to have it. I need to have it. So those are all of the items that were my ride or dies that I've now swapped out for other things because there have been upgrades. What are the things that you found that were your ride or dies that you've now swapped out for new products? Let me know down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and your feelings on other products. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.